Good morning, lovely. I got a challenge message. I have been so busy surviving the moment at times that I forget to think back on all that I have been through. Remember who you were before the storms you went through in your life. Never look back at them as something that went wrong, but rather something that set you on a clear course to your truest and highest self. That is priceless. Give gratitude for how far you've come and for this often treacherous journey because you have grown so much. So this message is for anyone who's been going through it. Okay, I feel like collectively we all have. The pandemic has affected all of us. We're 4 years into it, slash, we're past it to some degree. But either way, I think we can all agree that life has been a bit tumultuous for the last few years. So this message is to remind us that the the path that we're on is the path to growth and self-realization. We don't come here, as I said in a message the other day, we don't come here to be perfect, to know all the answers, and to have the ability to just plug in and kind of play wherever we go. Like children, we have periods of time where we're just supposed to soak it up, listen, get quiet, reevaluate, recalibrate. And right now is a time to reevaluate, recalibrate, look back at all that you've been through and give gratitude. Yes, gratitude for even the most heart wrenching things that you've been through, losing loved ones, breakups, divorces, um, you know, just whatever. What I wanted to say, whatever horrible things happen, I just stopped myself because, first of all, that's a judgment call. Second of all, I don't want to undermine what we've been through collectively. But it is important for us to recognize that when we go through tough times, it is an opportunity for growth. All right. If I hadn't had all of the opportunities to grow in my life, and by that I mean all the trauma and craziness and sometimes horrible, horrifying things happening to me, I wouldn't be even close to the person I am today. So I can't look at all those things as something bad happening to me. They are things that made me who I am, and I wouldn't take them back for anything. And that's where we need to get. We need to get to a place where we're at peace with what we've been through, where we know that it's important. It's an important part of this process to experience life, to be thrown in the depths, kind of like thrown in the deep end. And you figure it out. Eventually, you figure out how to swim through it. You figure out how to get through it. Chills and goosebumps all over my body. I don't know if you can see them, but I'm like freezing all of a sudden. This is an encouragement for us all to surrender to the path that we're on. And instead of picking up reason after reason after reason to complain or to feel negative or to feel in fear, we need to start focusing our energy on the things that we're grateful for. Okay, this is essential. And even today, having some issues this morning, things that just felt a little bit like a struggle. I wanted things to go a certain way, they didn't go that way. But in the end, they're going to go in exactly the way that they need to go. And it's only my judgment that makes that not so, or that says that that's wrong or bad. The minute I remove that judgment and just be, it's actually fine. Do you know what I mean? We have so much more control. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit's saying, share a little bit about the way that you see the world. I took it for granted for a really long time that everybody sees the world this way. There are people who see the world and their lives as an opportunity for growth. And then there are people who see themselves as victims. For some reason, even though I've had a crazier life than the average person, way crazier and way harder in most respects, I have always chosen to see my life as an opportunity for growth. Ever since I was a little kid, when I journaled and stuff, you could see that I had this bigger perspective. It's a gift. Okay. I'm not taking credit for it like it's something special about me. It's special, but it's a gift from God. Part of my job here is to share that gift with you guys by explaining the difference between sitting in an ego mind, sitting in a victim mentality, and being the kind of person that can see an opportunity for growth and to take it, even when the other opportunity to sit in a victim mentality and throw a little tantrum is also there. You see that and you see this, and you're like, okay, I can see that my ego wants to go here and like throw a tantrum. All right, do that real quick. Not not at anybody else's expense, but do some primal screaming, get it out, and then shift gears. Okay? Shift gears into a place where you're processing all of that like a little machine. You're transmuting all of whatever that was, that uncomfortable situation, and you're turning it into something else. You're utilizing it as fuel to make art, to express yourself through journaling, to dance, to make a content video. Like this video was not what my plan was. My plan was to do tarot, and it just wasn't working. Okay, so I redirected. I used it as an opportunity for growth, and I redirected, and I harnessed all that kind of negative energy and emotion and put it towards something positive. And I'm shifting the energy even as I'm saying all of this because I'm getting a new perspective. And at the end of the day, how much of this stuff that we go through really fucking matters in the long run. Even when I was a little child, again, this was a gift from God. I remember getting in trouble. I think I stole somebody's Halloween candy or something ridiculous. And I was sitting in my room and there was this feeling of like horrible dread and anxiety of like, oh my God, I'm in so much trouble. And there was this higher part of me that whispered, like, there's a version of you that's already on the other side of this and it's fine. You know what I mean? You just need to ride this out. I think I was like 7 or 8. So already spirit was speaking to me back then. I had this higher mind that I had access to. I believe we all have access to it. Some of us just hear it louder than others. Some of us just to tune it out. But it's what's been guiding me this whole time. It's the difference between taking something and wearing it as a badge of honor, something horrible that happened to you, and walking in every room and being like, you carry that, you drag that dead, gross energy with you. We've all met people like this. The minute they come in, it's like they carry that dark, dense energy with them and they just want to spread it all around. I'm the exact opposite. If I can't go out and spread something beautiful, I'd rather just be at home alone until I can kind of sort it all out. Be mindful of your impact on other people, by the way. Be mindful of the energy that you show up with. Right now is a very important time for us to be aware of ourselves, to be accountable to how we show up and what we say, and the energy that we carry. Elevate outside of yourself. This is another gift that I was given, that I feel very grateful for. The ability to kind of raise above yourself, metaphorically speaking, and see the bigger picture. Are you being a drag? Are you bringing people down unnecessarily? Are you focusing in one area that is not working when there are a million other areas that you could be focusing on that are working? Are you choosing to be a victim instead of a person who's growing and changing and transforming in the most beautiful ways? Be honest, all right? Because if you are the drag, if you're the kind of person that shows up and everybody's like, I'm going to go over here now, you don't want to be that person. I don't want to be around that person, and you don't want to be that person. Be accountable for how you're showing up. Who are you? What are your love languages? This is another side message coming in. Some of you guys don't even know what your love languages are. And I say this because as a person who definitely knows. Okay. And I've broken up with friends in the recent past because of my journey to ascension, and I can't bring them with me. And a lot of them are stuck in toxic cycles. And a lot of you know the story. I'm not going to go into all the details, but what I'm realizing is that when I was leaving these people who most often took me for granted, I'm a giver, dude. My love languages are physical touch and words of affirmation. And you guys know both. I can't touch you, but I kiss you and I do what I can through a camera. But my love languages are many. I have more than 2 actually, but those are my main 2. And I've known it for a really long time. When I broke up with some of these people, I started to analyze like what they were to me, and how they didn't appreciate what I was bringing to the table. And they didn't even know their love languages when it came down to the conversation. They didn't even know what they were offering. They didn't know what I was offering. They didn't know that it was special because they didn't ever think about it that way. They just took it for granted. I hope that made sense. My whole point is to ask yourself, what are your love languages? If you don't know, that's a pretty fucking important thing to know, especially if you want to be able to value other people the way that they deserve. Because if you don't know what your love languages are, you're not going to really be able to appreciate someone else's. Words of affirmation are so important to me. Good communication is so important to me. And if somebody shows up and they're just tight-lipped and they're withholding and they take a lot, that's mostly what I've been surrounded by, unfortunately. It's not going to work. All right. Who are you? Get to know who you are. Ask the hard questions and be honest about the answers. Are you the kind of person that just takes up a lot of space and doesn't really give much? Because we know those people too. They walk in a room and they just suck up all the energy. They just take up all the space with their negativity mostly. If you want to take up a lot of space with your positivity, by all means, that's probably a good cause, but still be mindful of the fact that other people need to have space too. My point is, as much as this is all over the place, be grateful for the fucked up shit that's happened to you. Be grateful. And if you're not grateful, it's because you didn't use it as an opportunity to grow. And if you did and you're still not grateful, you're seeing from a perspective of a victim instead of a person with a growth mindset. It is a choice. All right. It is always a choice. We always have a fucking choice. And there is such a subtle difference. It's like tweaking a knob, like a volume knob. You just turn it slightly and it's like suddenly I just felt my heart, like that knob was like filling my heart with love. Because the difference is, am I focused on the things that are not going well and you're turning up the volume on the darkness, or are you turning up the volume on the light? I'm always going to be turning the volume up on the light, babe. It doesn't mean that I don't have struggles, that I don't dive into darkness sometimes. But I'll tell you that when I do, I make use of that darkness. I'm a painter, I'm a musician, I'm a dancer, I'm a writer. I haven't shared 90% of these things with you yet. I'm really excited to be in a more stable place where I can start sharing those things and when I start having the energy to create more. But I pour all of that darkness into my projects, into my art, into my creativity. All right. This is an invitation. Thank you, Spirit, an opportunity and an invitation to do the same. Instead of wearing this hat of being a victim and having, oh my God, my life has been so hard. Dude, my life has been fucking insane. Okay. But I don't wear it as a badge of honor. I use it as my testimony. It's part of my path as a teacher. And I wouldn't be able to reach this many people if I hadn't been through what I've been through. People wouldn't relate to me, the people that I need to reach anyway, if I hadn't been abused physically, sexually, emotionally, if I hadn't, been impoverished and homeless and addicted to substances and various other things that I haven't shared with you guys yet. I've had a really crazy story. And if I sat here and told you the whole thing from beginning to end, you wouldn't even believe me. You wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't believe 90% of it because it's that out there. And yet it's my story. And the reason why I had it and signed up for it as a soul is because I'm here to share and help change the world. And a lot of you guys watching are as well. Some of you are just stuck in a victim mentality and it's keeping you prison. Like it's keeping you in prison, I should say, because you're not able to light your way out. And in other words, like you're not able to shine the light for other people to get out either. You're all stuck in a dark tunnel going, what the fuck? You need to be the light, okay, right now. Instead of making excuses and looking outside of yourself and fumbling around in the darkness for someone else to show you the way, you need to be the light. Okay, I understand it's not easy and it takes a certain amount of self awareness and healing to get there. And I am here to help you get there. All right. I am the light right now for some of you, but I'm only the light right now. So that's like a torch. I'm supposed to light your torch. Okay. And once I light your torch, you're supposed to carry that torch and light others. I know this is a kind of a strange metaphor, but this is the place that we're in right now. We all need to be giving this our all. This time right now in history is going to prove so important. And it's not because of one person or a smattering of people. Every single one of us is needed. Your energy and essence is needed. All right. Step up to the plate. Stop being a victim. Start sharing your gifts. Start teaching and leading by example. Start sharing. Even if you don't know what to say, just get on there and say, I don't know what to say, but I'm supposed to be talking. I'm supposed to be sharing. Just start talking about the conversations you're having with God or the universe, whatever you believe in. Just start playing your music or sharing your art or teaching someone something new. If you're a cook, just get in the kitchen and make a video of you cooking and tell us what you're doing. That's post it on YouTube. People watch that stuff and they need new people to inspire them. They need new examples of what humanity looks like, and they need new avenues of inspiration to walk down right now while we are in this darkness, because we are in a version of darkness right now. But the thing is, there's a balance. There always is. It's a choice. You can look at all the things going wrong, or you can look at all the things going right, because they're always balanced. And again, that's a judgment, wrong and right. Dark and light is a better way to say it. You can look at all the darkness. There's a lot, but there's so much fucking light too. And you know what? It's equal. It's just where you focus your energy and attention. We are rising up right now. Okay. People are waking up. The reason you're seeing so much darkness is because that is the old paradigm trying to pull us back. I know it's fucked up and people want to focus on it, but it's kind of like focusing on the symptom of something. We've always focused on the symptom alone. We need to start going from a different direction, from a different angle, and actually healing the root of the cause. That is what I'm doing. That's what my job is here. Not to go look at the news and get all bogged down in a low vibration and get angry and get dirty in the muck at the bottom of the mire. I'm supposed to rise above it, keep a high vibration, bring other people with me, stay up here so I can see the higher vantage point and hold space and love for everyone as we rise up. Okay. And as we rise up, all the people down here are going to start waking up too. They're going to start rising up. So much of this has to do with our self love, you guys. If we start learning about loving ourselves, if we start teaching other people about loving themselves, and we start healing our trauma, we are going to change the world. Okay. I want to teach you all about self love. And if you need help with this, or you want to join my trauma workshop on Saturday, the 25th of May, I would absolutely love to have you. Right now, it's a pretty small class, and I would love to see some more people in it. If it doesn't get big enough, I'll just cancel it. But the point is, like, there are opportunities for you to grow and heal with me outside of one of my more expensive services on my website. So take advantage if this is something that you've been interested in. I would love to have you. I'm trusting that only the right people will sign up, okay? And I'm not worried about it if it doesn't fill up, because it's all about, right now, it's about the conversation. The conversation of healing trauma is an important topic for me to be talking about. And I wouldn't have been talking about it if I hadn't scheduled this workshop. All right. But the healing trauma and self-love is some of the most important work we can be doing right now. That is fucking facts. Okay. Because when we love ourselves, when we're healed, we can truly love and heal others. We can hold space for them with this giant container, this heart container that we've created within us when we do our own healing. The reason why I can heal and walk people through darkness is because I've walked through it myself, is because I've done that healing myself. And it's your turn, is what I'm hearing. Take the torch and start doing your own work, sharing your own gifts. Okay. And if you're still at the very beginning, again, work with me. I can help you. This is a really dark process. It's important to have people you trust. And if it's not me, find someone you trust and feel safe with to dive into some of that trauma. All right. And heal it so that you're not dragging the dead bones of your past through every room and carrying that heaviness with you. You don't even realize you're carrying, and bringing everyone down with the heaviness of your energy. If you guys knew even half of what I've been through emotionally, psychologically, physically, you would probably be shocked at how much light I'm bringing to the world now, because most people would be drowning in the darkness that they'd experienced. And you know what? It was never an option for me, because I'm always supposed to be a pioneer, a powerhouse, a fearless leader. And I have lived my life that way, even if I haven't been doing it publicly on YouTube until 3 years ago. But the point is, dude, you got work to do, baby. I can't do this all alone. I need your guys' help, okay? Come up here with me. Let's get to a high vibration so that we can raise other people to where we are. I could talk about this all day long, all day. I won't, but I just need you to know how important it is, all right? If you are interested in being a light worker and raising the vibration, comment below what you're going to be doing. If you don't know, that's okay too. Comment that below. If you are interested in healing your trauma, but you don't know how to get started, or you're interested in loving yourself, but you don't know how to get started, comment that below. I want you guys to see how many other people feel the same way that you do. And this is mostly for my YouTube channel, since my other channels don't really have a lot of activity. But if you haven't joined my YouTube channel, hop over there. You might be surprised by how many people are going through what you're going through. And you won't have that opportunity unless you start sharing. Okay? We have to start sharing our story. I really could talk about this forever, but I'm going to wrap it up. I love you so much. If you need a private reading, self-love, or empowerment coaching, mentorship, emotional healing, trauma healing, my website is sacredmuseproject.com. I do tarot as well. I don't know if I said that. It is one of my favorite things to do. It's very fun and lighthearted. But yeah, the trauma workshop, I'll put that in the description box as well, on May 25th, Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. It's a sliding scale from $25 to $45 so that everyone can join. I love you. And yeah, you know what? I can't wait. I just heard I can't wait. There's something beautiful coming. All right. Keep surrendering. Keep showing up. If you haven't subscribed, liked, commented, or shared my content, it's a great way to support me, and I would very much appreciate it. Okay. Until next time, I love you.